Yeah.
What's up, man? It's your boy Nasty now, and I'm back with another segment of No Script. We're gonna call this No Script with a twist, cause normally, like I said, I get on here and I tend to rant about things that's going on in general. You know what I mean? Like, or talk about just like broad discussions. But now I'm getting more personal. I want to discuss more about me and my life, so y'all can get a better understanding for who I am. And I'm kind of going against everything I stand for. I don't believe in putting my business out there for people to have an opinion. I say that all the time because I'm not gonna say I'm secretive or private, but at the same time I'm just not for it. A lot of people come up with opinions that are uneducated, or they just don't do enough research to have a fucking opinion. So they base opinions off first impression. When I say first impression, it's not necessarily the first time they see you, but just the first thing they see. So, going into that. But right now, there's like, I feel like I got enough people out there that know me and enough people that want to know me. So, it'll be a bit entertaining to kind of keep up with me a little bit. This is way, and I'm highlighting my flaws and all because I have nothing to hide. I feel like a lot of people have a hard time being themselves. That's why they do extra shit to court attention. I feel like when you're comfortable in your own skin and you like who you are as a person, then it kind of really don't matter what somebody think about you. So for me, I kind of want to be the example that it's cool to be yourself, good and bad, because we all human. We all go through shit, ups and downs, whatever. I feel like nowadays, what goes on with social media and things like that, it just seems like everybody kind of wants to put on this front that everything is always okay. Everything is not always okay. But we're going to get into that. But for now, I want to run y'all through my week. It's been a tough week for me, you know what I'm saying? I lost my pop on Friday or whatever, so it's something new that I'm facing. Like, I mean, death is something, is inevitable, and it's something that everyone's going to face at some point in their life. But it's just like, even though like he was sick for a minute, like if you follow my music, then I kind of always briefly touched on it for the most part about him being sick for years and years and years to come or whatever. But it's just like, no matter how much you could try to mentally prepare for it, it just, when it actually hit, is a different effect that it takes on you, and the toll is major. But for the most part, as y'all see, I've been coping with it. My family been there, so big up to everybody that sent their condolences or whatever. But this is just a new thing for me. So just like anybody that ever lost somebody or lost a parent, definitely, like I definitely send my deepest condolences to you. And I just can say that I know what you're going through. And it's just like, even now I can tell myself it might not be easy. And it's hard to tell somebody, oh, things will be all right, because it's not when you're dealing with death. But at some point, I'll find a way to cope with it. I'll say that. Aside from that, got into a fucking car accident. I was in the passenger seat, but, somebody was under the influence or whatever. Came on the wrong side of the street, hit my car. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with what kind of car I had, but spent a lot of money on my car, worked hard to get it. Made a lot of sacrifices to get it, and then it was just like, I would say taken away from me, but it just like, I don't know, I never questioned God, but for whatever reason, it was a reason that happened. So, with that being said, I'm just going to figure out what's next for me or whatever in terms of maybe getting it repaired, or even if I want to kind of get it back. I don't know, I'm kind of letting God pilot my life right now, because, this is what's supposed to be done. But yeah, so it's just been a tough week. I'm losing my dad, then I turn around and get into the car accident. I'm fine, and everyone that was in the car is fine, thank God. But it was just like a setback, and it's just like, damn, you work so hard to get somewhere, and then a mere matter of moments, should be snapped and taken away from you. So this does two or three things for me. It keeps me humble and appreciative, and it also keeps me hungry, because at this point, I worked hard to get that, and I think I became content. Somebody said when you get comfortable, God will wake you up, and I think that's what it was. It was like, this 2017, I set a list full of goals, and that was one of them, and I pretty much accomplished every goal that I set forth for myself this year. So in doing so, I did become a bit content. I was cool, like I was happy, like, I'm not gonna say like I was where I wanted to be completely financially, but I was in a good space, and it was like worryless in terms of getting my bills and stuff together. So I kind of got content in a sense. So I think within doing that, it gave me new motivation, and it gave me a list of new goals to kind of set out going into, because we're in the last quarter of 2017, so kind of to prepare for 2018. But it is what it is. There's people, just to touch deeply onto the topic, I understand that it's easy to get content when you find yourself feeling like you in a good space. But compare your space not to somebody's, but just compare it to the sense of like, am I really where I want to be? Like, if you look at what's going on around you and your space exceeds everybody else, then you most definitely need to be in a bigger space, which with bigger people that will constantly keep you in a position to feel like you have to increase your space. And this is in no need. This is in no means a competition that I'm suggesting, but it's something that keeps you pushed, because you can do all the pushing, but if no one's there to push you, then at some point you're going to get content, you're going to get stabilized, and just, and I faced that this year. I hit a wall. I felt like I went to my peak, and then it was just like, boom, like what's next? And most people who run a business or do anything from an entrepreneurial thing or hustler minded or whatever, your biggest fear is what happens when this shit stop. So me being a business owner, me running a salon, having a hair cartel, and doing everything else that I do, it was even though you run your own business, you're responsible for your own success. So it was like, damn, your biggest fear is, and this is what keeps your motor running, is what happens if this shit stop? Like God fucking forbid the salon burn down, or what if somebody just don't want to buy hair no more? It's just like, these is like subconscious fears that you have as an entrepreneur. Like, what if your product stops selling? Because this is what pays your bills. So you're like, damn, shit is going good, but what happened when it slowed down? So it kind of keeps you up on it. But when you finally do hit that wall where it's like everything is going good, and even it don't gotta go bad, you just doing good, and you just like, how the fuck do I go 2.0 from here? So, I guess that's where I was at for a minute for like the last few months. I experienced the breakup this year. This year has been long and tough for me, but I've been doing a lot. I'll talk about that on another segment, but it's just been long. So it's just like, I hit that point where it was like, I'm at 1.0 and I'm doing good, but how do I hit 2.0? And I guess this is where it's at, because now I'm newly inspired. I'm doing more. I'm working more. I got more going on. It's like when that happened, it just kicked me into another gear. Like, I got photo shoots lined up. I got studio sessions lined up. I got meetings lined up back to back to back to back. And I'm gonna show y'all a lot about who I am as a businessman, because people get on Instagram, they see me, but they don't know Nasty Nah. They don't know how. It's just something that it's gonna be exciting to watch, and I'm gonna allow y'all to even hopefully sit in on some of them deals that I close, just so y'all can understand that this is not a facade with me. Like I said, I'm setting out to show y'all who I am, what I go through, and how I deal with it. So maybe I could be of some inspiration to you, because if you could deal with your problems, if I can deal with my problems, then it'll show you that you can deal with yours, no matter what they are. Because even though I lost my dad this week, I lost my car this week. I'm not carless, but I lost my fucking car, temporarily or whatever. And I had to maneuver around that. I'm still here in front of this camera willing to talk to y'all, because then you'll say, like, on them days where you don't feel like doing something, the work still has to get done. The job still has to get done. I still got people relying on me, depending on me, and just looking at me to be the strength. You know what I mean? So, and I got to be the strength for myself. So, it just gets like that. It gets tough, but, this is something that we all have to go through, and we all going to deal with it, just how you deal with it. Your character is not shown when things are good. Your character is shown in the face of adversity. If you can look adversity in the face and deal with it, that shows true character. How do you battle back from these things? Not who you are when everything is going good. So I faced a lot of adversity in my life. I don't know if y'all know, but I had cancer when I was younger. So coming into it, I had adversity. So this is why I feel like nothing can stop me. I'm not afraid of nothing, nobody. I'm not afraid of no obstacle, no task is too big. And I got a world of confidence, because I felt like at some points I wasn't even supposed to be here. So being here, I'm going to make the most of it. You know what I mean? So let's get off the sentimental side of things. I want to touch more on people not being themselves. As y'all see, this is me, who I am. I feel like I hate the fucking fact that it's a fucking almost a requirement that you look your best to get on camera. I vow that I won't do it. I'm not getting dressed to get on here. I'm not putting on no jewelry. I fucking got a haircut, but I had to, because the funeral tomorrow. That's the only reason I got a haircut. I wouldn't even got a fucking haircut. It is not to say that I don't take care of myself, because if you want to look nice, go ahead. It's all about you at the end of the day. Like, I'm comfortable with my own skin, but I don't feel like I have to do that. Like, I don't feel like I gotta go put on my good clothes to get on camera, or I gotta go put on some jewelry because I'm a rapper. What the fuck? Where in the description of being a rapper do it say I gotta have a fucking chain and a foreign, and although I got a foreign car, it don't matter. Where's that in the description of being a fucking rapper? I think that it's too, I ain't gonna say stigmatized, because that's more negative. It's just too recommended at this point that you focus on your image more than you do who you are as a person, the services you offer, the music you make, and just being a genuine person. Nowadays, motherfuckers just think, I gotta throw this on, throw that on. And this is not even just for rappers. This is just in general. This is for everyday, regular life people who is burying themselves in the depth to try to fit the times of what people think and how you should carry yourself. Who gives a fuck what they think or how you carry yourself? Be comfortable with who you are as a person, and all life will just come together. And it'll still be things outside of that, but it starts from within. It's in relationships, it's in partnerships, it's in life. If you're not happy within, then you will not be able to provide happiness to you or nobody else around you. Point blank, not not your kids, not your spouse, not your friends. You just gonna be bitter. And the bitterness is always subconscious. You don't really know when you're depressed or when you're bitter. It seems normal, but you just find yourself not willing to do certain shit, or you just don't feel like it, whatever. Yeah, you're bitter. Or you just looking at other people for what they do and feeling like, why the fuck is they doing this and I'm not doing that? You're fucking bitter. And you're bitter because you're not happy within. So when you're done faking who you are for the people, and that shit wear off, and you go sleep with yourself as a person, because you got to answer to yourself. You look yourself in the mirror when you lay down at night. You got to answer to yourself. So when you go lay down with yourself and you say, damn, self, what am I doing wrong? Why don't they still don't like me? I got my chains on. I got my hair cut. I got my good clothes on. Why don't they like me? Because you don't fucking like yourself. You're not comfortable in your own skin. So with that being said, you're always going to end up subconsciously bitter. So for me, I vowed to myself, within doing this, y'all going to get to know me inside and out. So when I do come in here on some shit, and it's not forced, and sit here and run you through a list of shit that I did for the last 10 to 15 years, but what good does that do you? And you know what I'm going to do? I'm not just going to highlight the shit that I did that was just, considered an accomplishment. No, I want y'all to understand that there was a lot of failures in that shit. I failed 100 times to just succeed once. So out of everything that I ever did, when 10 things might have been proven successful, but the other fucking 10,000 wasn't. But you know what most successful people do? They neglect to mention that. So this is why everybody thinks success is just handed to them. They think it's supposed to come, and when they fail and they face adversity, they quit. Because they not giving real game. So for me, I'm going to walk y'all through my endeavors to success. Fuck it, I have nothing to hide. Because I'm not in a bad position. I'm 25 years old, almost, not even, but shit, I'm approaching it. I'm less than a little over a month away from 25. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, I'm comfortable, not comfortable, but I'm comfortable in my skin, and I'm happy with the things that I've done, and I know where I'm going headed forward, because most people don't even have a future. They don't have a future plan. They don't have a 5-year plan, but I got that. So with me having that, I already know I'm where I need to be for my plan to come together how it's supposed to. So with that being said, most people won't do that. They'll just tell you, it's a formula to success, and you do this, you get successful. But they leave all out that you do this, and you get set back 5 fucking steps. You do this, you go back 10 steps. You do this, you lose everything you ever fucking worked for. Then you do this. Then you take another loss, then you become successful. They don't fucking tell you that, because they want it to seem like, they selling it. They selling you success. It's just easy. You just wake up. Because if you buy into the dream of it's easy to become successful, then guess what you're going to do? You're going to try it. But then guess what's going to happen? You're going to fail. So now you don't want to be successful no more. Now you sit here finding yourself confided to something that you don't want to do because, success is hard. Yeah, it's hard. If it wasn't hard, don't you think everybody be successful and stop fucking acting like you're successful? Stop trying to look like you're successful and actually work to become successful. It's not fucking easy. It's not easy. It's going to be bumps in the fucking road. But you have to hurdle over those bumps. Point blank period. But for the most part, motherfuckers is not going to tell you that. They will just get on there and they'll sell you. They'll make you come to their seminars. And because I've been to them. And when I was in there, I'm just like, all right, I get it. Like, you telling me a success story. And it's relatable because everybody say, y'all come from nothing. We all come from nothing. We get it. But how the fuck did this help me if you just tell them you come from nothing and now you're rich? Nigga, what happened in the middle? Did your fucking dog die? What did you do in the middle? Where's the fucking middle? It's the beginning and the end. Where's the middle? Well, this is the middle. I'm going to give y'all the middle. And like I said, I have enough accomplishments to be able to tell y'all shit that worked for me, shit that didn't. But I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you every part of it, not just half of it. So then when I start my business seminars, y'all know y'all coming to get real game. Y'all not just coming in there for a motherfucker that's going to sell you success, a success package. I do marketing. I can give you 10 marketing tips that ahead. You think you're going to rule the world, and you're going to go out into the world, and that shit going to rule you. I'm not here to sell you some bullshit. So when I give you my steps, and I run you through this marketing, I'm very educated when it comes to marketing. But it just more than meets the eye. A lot of people think, promotion, it's so much more to marketing than just promotion. And the fact that I'm so innovatively creative is why this shit is just something that I'm passionate about. I love it. But I love music too and everything else. I love this. I love talking to y'all. And this is why it's something I'm going to continue to do. But we got to wrap this thing up. I would like to go on more, but, I got stuff that I need to tend to. So, it's segment 2. It's your boy Nasty Nah. Add me on all social media platforms, NastyNah215. Like, subscribe, and recommend people. And just stay tuned for what's next. Like I said, I'm giving y'all me. This is no script with a twist. You know what I'm saying? We out. You already know.
Yeah.